And welcome everyone to Learn a Trade. My name is Kevin Tate. I'm glad to be here with you today. Today's broadcast is titled Introduction to the Learn a Trade Training Membership. And I will be presenting an introductory video on the first module of this membership also. The Learn to Trade Training Membership, I have a price list posted right here, basically going through the process of the membership program. We have 3 tiers. It's a basic membership, and the price on that is $25 a month. And then we have a premium membership that's at $50 a month, and then a VIP membership, which is priced at $84 a month. Now on these memberships, I'd like to see if I can go through some of the benefits of the membership. Number one, the membership is going to actually give you in-depth information on all of the equipment that you will come across with in the commercial side of commercial equipment repair. Basically dealing with a lot of the equipment that is within the C stores that you see, and a lot of you are from discussing it over with a few of you out there. You are dealing with this equipment on a daily basis. So this is a good membership to get involved with, or to think about getting involved with. Number one, for our basic membership, it's access to Learn to Trade advanced training modules, where you will receive a training module each month. And the first set of modules is dealing with the FBD 56 series Slurpee machines. So it goes into detail with that. And like I said, a little later in this video, you are going to be able to view the first module as an introductory video so that you can see what it's all about. And then next, on the basic membership, you have access to manufacturer service manuals, access to tech support links, and also employment leads. And when I'm saying employment leads, that basically is other companies that are looking to hire technicians, and these are other companies that are looking to hire technicians on the job training basis. A lot of these companies now are going into on the job training, and a lot of these companies also offer training through the manufacturers, where they actually send you out to the manufacturers for training, or have the manufacturers come to their location. So it's good information to be able to get, especially if you're looking for employment with another company. And then also I also do provide information on companies, independent companies that are looking for work to bring in more calls. So there's also contract opportunities that will come up too. On your premium side, Your premium membership down here, benefits are everything that's in the basic membership, a monthly Q&A video stream, module quizzes upon request. If you feel you go through a module and you one of the modules that you receive monthly, if you're going through them and you feel like you want to try to test yourself on it, we will provide you with a quiz, and we could send that over to you. You just have to contact us through the membership, or through email, and then we'll get it to you. And then also, premium members will receive 20% discount on all Learn a Trade merchandise, and that stands for also equipment. We will be posting some equipment on our shop link on the website, and um, premium members will receive 20% discount on those items, and also on merchandise such as T-shirts or travel mugs that we have, stuff like that. The VIP membership will receive everything in the premium membership. You VIP members will also receive a Learn a Trade certificate of training. Once you completed a certain number of modules, you will receive a certificate of training indicating that you have completed the module lessons, and a complimentary one-on-one consultation upon request. Now, for me, I will provide one-on-one consultation to any of the memberships, um, as a complimentary item, just for joining the membership. But for the VIPs, I will provide a complimentary one-on-one consultation whenever they need it. Just get in contact, and we'll set up an appointment to either meet via video or over the phone even, and that is with a 1 hour limit on the consultation. So that's a basic rundown of what the training membership is all about, and I hope that you all that are serious about getting into the commercial side of things in this industry take into consideration on joining the membership and take advantage of the information that is going to be given. I feel that it's very good information, very detailed information, and I feel that it will be a great help to those that are in the industry now and those that are looking to get into the industry. It'll help you understand more about the equipment, more about how the equipment works, and also it will give you that edge in your work community. It's going to help you understand the troubleshooting procedures better. It's going to help you understand the operating procedures of the equipment. You got to understand that this equipment is in the commercial industry. It's all different equipment. So you're not always going to work on the same equipment. There's times that you're going to work on different manufacturers, and each and every one of them, they may work the same, but they have different functions to them. So it's good to be able to get the details, and that's what I aim to do, is be able to give you the details that you need of this equipment, and the in-depth look at how this equipment works and how to go about repairing certain issues, and being able to go over a flow chart in your head, and be able to figure out symptoms and problems and issues. It can get to the point, and most technicians that are out there that are experienced know what I'm talking about. You'll get to the point where when you get a call, and before you even get to the call, you pretty much already know where the problem is within that equipment, just from the way the person described it, the customer, the way they described how something like all of the barrels are are shutting down all at once. And as soon as they turn it on, it's shutting down. So, more than likely, if you're experienced, you already know in your mind that I'm gonna there's probably gonna be an issue with the bricks. There's probably gonna be a bricks issue, or there could be a issue with in the start components. Anything like that. It's something that just comes to you, and then you start to develop that sense on where you're gonna go as far as troubleshooting. And I feel that this membership is going to help a lot of you out there in growing your business. If you're independent, it's going to help a lot of you out there in with that work for other companies. It's going to help you to as far as promotions go and raises and stuff like that. So that's the basics of this training membership. And again, with this membership, you can take as much as you need, take in as much as you need. If you feel that you've had enough, you're able to go into the portal and cancel your membership at any time. So it's nothing that really locks you in. But the thing is that I feel that you will be at a great advantage by taking the opportunity to try this membership out. So that's all I have for now on as far as the membership goes. I wanted to give that to you all. Some of you, you have already been presented with this through our contact. So, if you have any questions or anything, don't hesitate to reach out to me at the email right down here, info@learnatrade.online. And just reach out, let me know your thoughts. And, again, make sure that like this video, share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate those that are reaching out, that are commenting on the videos and stuff like that. As you know, it is important as a creator of these videos to have feedback and to be able to try to improve the content. So I thank you all that are participating on the channel and stuff like that, and I look forward to you all possibly working closer with you all by taking this opportunity to join the membership too. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to the introductionary video, excuse me, and let you all check out what you would be looking at with this membership. This is one of the videos that is module 1. This is module 1's video. So I hope you enjoy it. Please like, share, and comment, and let me know what you think. Hello and welcome to Learn a Trade. My name is Kevin Tate, and welcome to this training. Today's training is titled FBD 56X Frozen Dispenser Training, Module 1. The goals of this seminar are to give service technicians basic understanding of systems in 56 series frozen dispensers, to equip technicians with basic knowledge to operate 56 series frozen dispensers, to empower technicians with the understanding of the importance of preventative maintenance on 56 series frozen dispensers, and to gain understanding of the warranty terms and conditions. Just to go through briefly the 56 series frozen dispenser, this is the list of the specifications, the dispenser specifications. Their certifications are listed, the refrigerant charge, are listed for AC, RC, WC, and high capacity units. And as you can see up top here, we have the different series. This is why usually when the FBD models are listed, it'll be listed with an X. So you have 56X, and that's because they have three different models. So the X is in place of the number of barrels that the unit has. So for the first one, we have 562 series. So that's your 2 barrel. Then next you'll have 563. That's your 3 barrel series. And then you have 564, which is your 4 barrel series. And as I said, these are listings of all of the specifications, the compressor, BTU size, and refrigeration valves. Operating voltage range is between 215 to 245 volts. Your current rating on the 562, you have between 20 to 30 amp current rating. On the 563, you have 20 to 30 amp ratings, and 564 is just a 30 amp rating. Your current rating and your pore capacity, single, alternate. This is your pore capacities. Like the 562 is between 48 to 64. High capacity is 75 ounces per minute, and then it goes on for the other models. But basically, these are all of your specifications of the unit. And then we'll move down to the setup requirements for the 5.6 series, which is pretty much the same as the specifications section. It's just explaining the supply voltage between 215 to 245, and that's plus or minus 2 volts. Your current rating, your amp ratings, they're listed same as above, basically. Next, you have your incoming pressure and flow requirements. And this is important to know, and it's pretty much the same between all three models. So keep that in mind also. You have your incoming CO2, which is rated in PSIs, pounds per square inch. And you have, they should be set at 70 to 72 PSI. So that's something to remember. Your incoming CO2 should be set between 70 to 72 PSI. Your regulated CO2 should be between 22 to 24 PSI. Your water pressure should be between 85 to 92 PSI. Your syrup pressure should be between 70 to 72 PSI. Your active charge should be between 20 to 30 PSI. Your water flow rate should be 15 ounces per 10 seconds. And that's an important factor, especially during PMs. When you're doing your PMs, you want to be sure that you have the proper flow rate before you actually set the start adjusting your syrup. So it's always a good practice to set your water flow rate first, and then take your Brix reading, and then you can adjust the syrup from there. But as long as you make sure that your water flow on each valve is at 15 ounces in 10 seconds, that's the best practice. Then next you have your Brix ratings, which should be between 13 and a half to 15. So that's on when you're taking your Brix readings. And your spacing requirements, the top is 12 inches, the sides are 2 inches, and the rear is 2 inches. Your tubing requirements are all 3/8. They're all 3/8 inch. There are 4 ingredients to produce a frozen beverage. The first one is water. The second is syrup. The third, CO2. The fourth, electricity. Those are the 4 ingredients for producing frozen beverage. Now let's look at a typical FBD unit setup. Now this is starting from the back room and going into the front of the location, the store site, whether it's a C store, like a convenience store, or whether it's a mom and pop shop. This is how you pretty much want to have the setup from back to the front. We'll start here with the CO2 source. So you have your CO2 tank right here in the blue. You have your regulator attached. And at times, this CO2 tank, it could be a bulk tank, which are one of the larger tanks that you find in commercial sites. Some of the mom and pop shops, they will have a smaller cylinder like this. But either way, whether it's the large bulk tank or the small cylinders, you're going to have your regulator connected right there. And then there's going to be a line, more than likely a 1/4 inch line that's running in the red here, and that goes directly to your pumps, which are mounted on a rack. Most times they're mounted on the rack with the bib pumps, with the bib boxes. I'm sorry. These boxes, they hold the syrup that gets distributed to the actual machine. So you have right in this diagram, there's only 4 flavors, but usually you'll have between to 8 flavors. Sometimes you can have even more than that. It depends on how many machines they have. But this one here is a 4 barrel, so they have 4 flavors. And as you can see, these also are have tubing that runs from the bib box, and it goes up to the bib pump. These are your 4 bib pumps. So you have your CO2, which runs in the red up to your bib pump. Then you have your bib boxes that are mounted on a rack, and those have tubing that has tubing also that runs up to the bib pump also. And on these bib pumps, each of these bib pumps has a auto shut-off valve that is connected to within the pump. So it's connected to this pump also, and these lines run into the pump through the auto shut-off. You have your syrup lines, which is in the green here, which run to the auto shut-off, and then you're going to have your CO2 out that's your CO2 is coming in through these lines here, and then you're going to have your syrup coming in as well, connected to the pump, and then everything gets pushed out right to the machine through the other line that's going from the back room into the front of the store to the machines. Okay, so you have your CO2 source, which is your tank. You have your regulator, which is right here. You have your 4 bib pumps, and you have your syrup bibs. This is all in the back room. And these pumps usually will be mounted to the rack that the syrup bibs are connected to. Okay. And then we're going to move to the front of the site, and you have your machine. You have all of your lines running into the machine. You have your syrup lines running to the machine. You have your CO2 line running to the machine, and you'll also have your water line, which is the blue right here. Okay, that's providing the water into the system also. And you will also have a drain line that's coming out and goes down into the floor drain. They will have like a floor drain down below. Okay, so in the front area, you will have all of your incoming lines going into the machine. You'll have your water source going into the machine, and you'll have a drain line that's connected from this drain pan right up front, and it runs down through the back of the machine and then down into a some type of a floor drain. So it's important when you're doing a site survey for an installation on one of these machines to survey the back room area to make sure there's going to be enough room for the rack, for the tank, for you to run your lines, and how you're going to run the lines, if you're going to run them through the wall or if you're going to go over the top. There's times where a lot of the establishments will have drop ceilings, and you can run the lines up in the ceiling and then down to the machine. It all depends on how the site is set up, but most importantly is your understanding of how this is operating. And you will also have your electrical source powering up this machine, which in most cases is going to be between 215 to 245 volts. Now here's your product delivery system. And this is going by model. So you have your solution module. You have your CO2 module. You have your expansion tank. Okay, so let's go with your solution module right here. This is the module that is going to mix, where the water and the syrup are going to mix. This is interconnected with the CO2 module, which provides the CO2. And as you can see, it has a gauge on it, so you're able to adjust the CO2 to the proper pressure that's required right from this knob that's on the module. So these two are interconnected, and then they have a line that runs down to the expansion tank. This is your expansion tank. You'll also have, now let me explain, this expansion tank has a divider in the middle. It's like a diaphragm. So one side is all air or CO2. The other side is for liquid. So when this syrup is introduced into the system, it'll come in through one side. The syrup will fill into this section, and then you have your incoming CO2 right here at what is called the active charge valve. This active charge valve will allow CO2 to flow into each expansion tank. And when this CO2 enters the expansion tank, it's all air. So this air just applies pressure within this expansion tank and pushes out the syrup, the mixed syrup solution, and pushes it into the barrel, into each barrel. Okay, so from top to bottom, your water and syrup mix will get pushed down into the expansion tank. Your CO2 will then push that liquid through the tubing and into the barrel. And this is how the barrels get filled, okay? So right here, back up to the solution module, on depending on what model you're working with. So let's say it's 562, model 562, you'll have only 2 solution modules. On the 563, you're going to have 3 modules. On 564, you're going to have 4 modules. Your CO2 modules, you're going to have 2. On the 562, you're going to have 2 plus 1. On the 563, and you on the 564, you're going to have 2 plus 2. Okay, so basically you're going to have 2 on 562, 3 on 563, and 4 on 564. Your expansion tank is the same. You're going to have 2, 3, and 4. Your active charge on all of them, you're only going to have 1. There's only 1 active charge. Your syrup pressure transducers, these are, and they're installed on these modules up top here, and these read the pressure that's in the tank or in the barrel. As far as syrup, it reads, the syrup transducers will read the syrup pressure from back to front, from back room to the front. So if there's an issue in the back room, you're going to know it because the machine is going to have an error that says either syrup out when there's something connected, or it will let out the excess pressure out of the vent valve in the faceplate. So if that's happening, then there's something going on with either the mixture or something like that. But you have 2 of those transducers on the 562, you have 3 on the 563, and you have 4 on the 564. Your CO2 pressure transducers, you have 2 on all of those. So there's 2 transducers on all of these models. Your water pressure transducer, you have 1. Your tank pressure transducer, you have 2 on 562, 3 on the 563, and 4 on the 564. Your dispense valves, you have 2, 3, and 4 for 562, 563, and 564. Your solenoids, you're going to have 4 solenoids. On the 562, you'll have 6 solenoids on the 563, and you'll have 8 on the 564. A complete header assembly. This is the complete header assembly. This is what it will look like when you look inside the front section of the machine. Yes, this is what you'll see. This will be the module setup. Okay, so this will be for 1 barrel. This is the syrup, your water and syrup. Your water is always on your left. Your syrup is always on your right. And these little screws, you could see that's like a screw head shape in there. It's like a Phillips head shape. And this is where you would make adjustments and making your taking your bricks or making your bricks adjustments and stuff like that. You would use these adjuster screws to adjust to get the right measurements for your bricks. And just remember that the water is always on your left and the syrup is on your right. These here are the transducers that we just went over. These are where your transducers are mounted, and they are connected with a cable that comes from the control board and connects to each transducer. They each have their own separate cables. So here you'll have your water transducer. Right here you'll have your tank transducer. This is going to be reading pressure, the tank pressure. And right here you'll have your syrup transducer, which is reading the syrup pressure. And then down here you have your solenoid valve. So this solenoid valve opens and closes to allow the mixture to go through. Okay, and it's connected to wires that come from the control board. Okay, so all of these functions are being completed through the control board. Right here you have your solenoids for your two sides of your CO2 regulator. Okay, so this is your CO2 module. This is the gauge for it for you to set it to its proper PSI level. This is your adjuster right here. Usually this adjuster pulls out towards you, and then you're able to turn and adjust the red dial on the gauge, and that way you can see what you're setting your regulated CO2 at. And this also has a transducer that is reading the CO2 pressures. Okay, so on that CO2 module you have two solenoids. Okay, one's for this side, the other one is for this side. Okay, and then on the end here you have the same type of module that you have on the left, but what they're, as you can see, this one only has two transducers because you don't need the water transducer over here because you already have one here that is reading your water pressure. So you're going to have your tank transducer, and then you're going to have your syrup transducer. And again, you have your water adjusting screw and your syrup adjusting screw over here on the right, and then you have your solenoid valve in the center. And we're going to end right here with this module, and I will start the next module. We will get into solution mixing module training. I thank you all for listening. I thank you all for watching. I hope you were able to get some notes from this, and I appreciate you watching these training sessions, and I hope you continue to drive on with your training on this equipment and trying to be the best technician that you can be. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next module lesson.